Hello my friends and welcome to a new video for Infinity Kingdom. This is Pyakia, an official British officer, and we are back again about our immortal synergy. And the first thing we are going to talk about in this water element immortal synergy is the dragon, as we used to check the dragon first because the dragon is the core element for the march. So I have never played water in this account because I had another account and I used to play water in it, and after that I started to invest in the game and I found out that I should build another account to invest in without the water march, because I decided to build fire, lightning and earth march when the mixed march appeared. To be honest, I wanted to build the mixed march when it used to be with the wind dragon. So I played water element at my first beginning year of the game. So the first year I used to play with my main march as water march, and secondary march was fire march with Gilgamesh. So I had some experience, and what I hate the most about the water element or the water dragon is the second skill here, the Ice Breeze. It is like, we can say it is a broken effect, but it has a low chance of freezing. I really like it, but I dislike it. I like the statue of it, or I like the description of it, but I hate or I dislike the freeze rate or the chance to get freezed. Let's first talk about the first skill. Restores HP. It's going to be up to the instant region 2 million, and the continuous region is going to be up to almost 600,000, and that's going to be for 6 seconds, for every 6 seconds for 12 seconds. So this continuous damage will be twice every 6 seconds for 12 seconds, and the instant HP regain will be almost 2 million HP regain. So the first skill is super powerful, especially when fighting versus fire marches. Your water march will take some damage in the early fight, but the water dragon will heal you up upon having the damage from the fire dragon first skill. And the second skill, what it does, it has a 35 seconds chance when it's level 10 of freezing 3 random enemy troops, so they cannot move or recover energy for 8 seconds. They cannot attack, they cannot impact, they cannot do anything for 8 seconds. And it's an OB skill. It's even more powerful than the stun coming from the Earth Dragon. We talked about the Earth Dragon, sorry, I misclicked. About the Earth Dragon second skill here. This is the default, because it has a stun for 3 seconds. Not this. It has a stun for 2 seconds. No, it has all enemy troops for 2 seconds every 3 seconds. So the stun is for 2 seconds every 3 seconds. But it will unlock on the Immortals and lock again. But this freeze is going to be for 8 seconds. They will not move or recover energy. Here, the last skill in the battle, Immortals gain 30 critical value and 30 dodge value. In addition, whenever your Immortals inflict skill damage, all your water Immortals get bonus damage up to 5 stacks. So if Merlin casted his ultimate skill and Yushi casted his ultimate skill, and for example Attila casted his ultimate skill, also we have Harald the second casted his ultimate skill, all of these Immortals casted them ultimate skill, we can have this bonus damage up to 5 stacks. So this bonus of the damage is going to be perfectly upon inflicting the skill damage. So let's check the water Immortals and what are the best Immortals. We have the magician Merlin as the main magic damage dealers for the water. Let me just here say edit unit, and we can just sort by water. And for water we can have here, let's see who's the magician main role. We have only one magician epic immortal as Merlin. We also have Helen of Troy. You can get Helen of Troy max This is an elite immortal in the beginning of the game. Let's just clear everything here, because we're going just to talk about the water element. And for the dragon, of course, we will be using the water dragon, because it's we have building our marshes upon getting the, or trying our best to get the 5 elements of the same element, because we want this buff. So when I was talking about the fire marsh or lightning marsh, I talked about what are the best immortals just to get the 5 elements of the same element buff. So we are just going to talk about the water element as what it suits the water marsh to get these 5 immortals the same element buff. Also, you can get Attila for a very cheap price. Now you can unlock Attila from the Hall of Immortals. At the past, you used to purchase Attila from the daily deals, and Hallard also is a free-to-play immortal. You can purchase Hallard the second, or you can unlock Hallard the second from the Hall of Immortal. But we can talk only about the first of the game. You will get Lancelot for free, you will get Brynhild for free, and also will unlock Helen of Troy for free. So these 3 immortals here with the water dragon is a free immortals. So we are going to talk about these immortals from here from now on. We can say that we can start with this, and here Helen of Troy is a water magic immortal, and what it does, she deal a damage and she reduces the attack speed, and she will have the chance, there is an 8% chance that target will be chilled upon damage, reducing the attack speed by 20%. So being chilled is a good thing, because you are going to reduce the attack speed, and we are going to talk about the chill effect very soon, why I'm going to talk about chilled here from Helen of Troy. Also, we have Brynhild here, just deals some damage. She have a stun rate, so Brynhild is a strong immortal at the first beginning of the game. Also, Lancelot is a good immortal, but he is not even elite. He is just a blue immortal. So we can get rid of Lancelot if we got Hallard or if we got Attila. But I'm sure you can get Hallard before Attila. Or, oh no, you can get both of them from the like the daily sign-in, because now Attila is available through the daily sign-in. That's why it's whether you can get both of them. So I encourage you to replace Brynhild with Hallard and Attila if they are almost if they are almost 7 stars or 5 stars. If they are below 5 stars, don't remove Brynhild, because Brynhild is a super powerful immortal. As the water element, she deals massive damage. She have a 35% of stun she can stun immortals for 5 seconds, so they cannot move. And stun for 5 seconds is a good and massive stun. This is a very bad that this skill on an elite immortal. If Brynhild was up to me, I would make Brynhild an epic immortal, even though I would just increase the damage rate for 50 just 50%, and leave the stun rate for 35%, because its 35% here is massive. You can here check Attila's ultimate skill, as Attila's ultimate skill knocks up all enemy targets within the fan-shaped zone before you, inflicting massive physical damage, 230 physical damage. So this is more than Brynhild by 10, just 10, and has 35 chance, the same chance here, reducing the physical defense by 15% and silencing them, so they cannot gain energy or use skills for 4 seconds. So it is the same chance, 35%, but here it's just silence, not stun. Stun is a broken thing. Silence, they will not have energy or use skill, but they can like move and do normal attacks. So silence here is just going for the skills and gain energy, but the stun is something different. I would just pick Brynhild over Attila if Attila is not even 7 stars, because Brynhild is massive. And as we talked about Merlin, I would prefer this march here with Helen of Troy and Merlin, Hallard Attila at the first beginning of the game, rather than having Yushi. I would use Yushi just for the late game after he gets 7 stars. Why? Because Yushi's skill doesn't deal much damage, because we want an Immortal here at the backline using assist, so he can take the damage instead of Merlin. And Yushi doesn't do any chill effect here. The chill effect is an important thing for Merlin. Why we are going to talk about the chill effect? Because Merlin will deal magical damage to all enemies, 520 damage, and this is the highest damage for all enemies for the back row Immortal. If the target has been chilled, this damage is going to be increased by 50%. So this 520% is going to be having more 50% of this damage. This is going to be like 270% plus 520%. So it's going to be 790% if the target is chilled. So the benefit of using Helen of Troy instead of Yushi, that the chill effect is a must. Of course, you can use Dedo instead of just Yushi, because Yushi is designed to be a back row Immortal that deals damage, and you are going to use Yushi just to benefit from having or using assist on him rather than using a support Immortal, because Dido is a pay to win Immortal, or just for players who recharge, because she is not free to play and her ultimate skill is broken. I encourage you to purchase Dido or Dido. Grants Frost Armor to all allies for 9 seconds, and this is massive time. Frost Armor increases the physical defense by 600 of the target's level and has 35% chance of inflicting chill on the attacker when receiving a normal attack, reducing their attack speed by 6% for 6 seconds. And this defense up is going to be 2000% per level, and that is a massive defense up. And the attack speed is going to be decreased by 20% for 6 seconds, and the chance of inflicting chill is 35% chance. Upon using Dido on this march, I would encourage you to get rid of Hallard or Harald and use Ragnar instead. Ragnar with Attila or Ragnar with Ramses, because Ramses also deals good damage with the technology from the academy for the spearmen. It provides lots of damage for the spearmen. Also, the skill for Ramses is way better than the skill for Attila upon providing damage, because Attila is not going to be the main source of damage in the Water Marsh. It's going to be Merlin, the main source of damage in the Water Marsh, with the help of Dido. And we're going to talk about like Ragnar Sword. Inflicts physical damage, that's for Ramses, up to 33 percentage, or 33 tenths, that's what I like to say, on enemy target directly ahead, and disarms them so that their damage decreased by 25%. I like this skill from Ramses, but I don't have spearmen in my training ground, and I don't use even the water element, but I like Ramses so much. I even like Attila because Attila provides silence, so here having silence or reducing their damage is something good, but I would prefer silence. Just here all of these Immortals can help Merlin, but Ramses would be better because Merlin might be targeted by the Shadow Dragon and some other Immortals. Like you can have an Immortal that uses Sniper from afar, so Snipe skill would just target Merlin and make him suffer from losing troops and deal less damage. So having two main sources of damage on the Water Marsh is a must. Also, Dido is a must for the late game, and Ragnar is a must for the late game. Ragnar ultimate skill causes physical damage. The damage rate is going to be 200%, but we don't care about the damage coming from a defensive Immortal in area. And also increases the magical damage they receive by 30% for 6 seconds. Just guys, imagine with me. Having these 30% magical defense reduction, or just receiving 30% of the magical damage for these immortals, while these immortals have being affected by Dido chill, the chill effect, this chill effect, while Merlin casting his ultimate skill. Just imagine with me what would happen for these enemy immortals upon you having all of these immortals synergy. Just Ragnar using his ultimate skill and Dido using she's ultimate skill and inflicting chill. Sorry, I just got hype. With Merlin casting his ultimate skill, they are going to be wiped. If this is going to be a Fire March with no sustain, because the Fire March is the power spike for the Fire March is providing critical damage, and with no any sustain, having all of these damage coming from the water element. And put this in mind that the water elements or the water immortals will have 25 more damage on the fire immortals. Just imagine with me, one prophecy, just one prophecy from Merlin, or two prophecies from Merlin in the first early game while being chilled and affected by Ragnar ultimate skill, they are going to be wiped. He's going to have a Kleenex and he's going to clean all of them just by using two prophecies. And I saw lots of reports from Merlin main damage dealers as going to be the most damage dealer that dealt one damage for the entire game. I saw more than 60 million damage on a Holy March, because the Holy March is a march that keep healing. So the damage reduction from the magical damage reduction, the magical damage received reduction from Ragnar, and the chill effect from Dido, and the massive damage from Merlin can make the enemies suffer from having lots of damage in the reports, especially if that march heals a lot. You can see more than 60 million. Trust me. So I would prefer Ragnar, Ramses, Merlin, Dido in the late game. If you don't have Ramses, or if you didn't just make some of the technology, you can use Attila instead. That's for the 5 water immortals in the water march. Someone is asking me, why wouldn't you use Margaret? Because Margaret is an epic immortal and she can deal damage. If I would use Margaret, I would replace Margaret with Merlin, not with Dido. Because in the late game, you can't remove the support, you can't remove the defense immortal. You need a defense immortal in every march instead of the mixed march. Almost every march, almost. Like 99% of the marches in the Infinity Kingdom needs a defensive immortal and needs a support immortal. So having Margaret here would have been replacing Merlin and her ultimate skill. She can deal 500 the damage rate. Let's just read together the main ultimate skill. Inflict physical damage to the enemy team in the fan shape. So she can target here 3 immortals, not 4 immortals. The damage rate is going to be 500% if the target is affected by the chill effect. So the chill effect is something unique for the water element. The skill will deal an additional physical damage. The damage rate is going to be 300%, and this is massive also damage, but for 3 targets. If the target is affected by the silence effect, so also Attila here can provide help for Margaret. For the silence effect, the physical damage they deal is reduced by 20% for 6 seconds. So Dido is increasing the attack speed. Ragnar can reduce the magical damage received for enemies. Here we have Attila can silence immortals and his ultimate skill silencing immortals, so and decreasing their defense by 15%. Also Ramses have some debuffs while casting his ultimate skill, reducing the decreasing their damage at all. So whether it is just physical damage or magical damage by 25%. So what someone asking me, why wouldn't you use Margaret over Merlin? Is it because she targets 3 immortals, not the 5 Immortals, I'm just saying no because her base energy regen. This Immortal is good, I like it, even though she deals physical damage, and also at the front row it deals physical damage. We need to have a major variety of the damage in our marshes, like magical damage plus physical damage. It is better to do this, but some marshes provides only magical damage, and some other marshes provides only physical damage, and they provided a huge amount of reports that they went for higher ranks. But this Immortal here, I don't encourage you to use Margaret just because his or her alternate skill using physical damage, but because her base energy regen. I would use her as a physical damage dealer with another front row like Ramses, or even with Attila, more better than Ramses because the silence effect. But if her base energy regen is this low, I wouldn't use it at all. I would lose it. Her base energy regen needs a buff by at least 18 base energy regen, so it could have 8 base energy regen. 80, sorry, not 8, 80 base energy regen. If she has 80 base energy regen, I would use it over Merlin. Or if she has 90 base energy regen, I would definitely use it over Merlin. I would encourage you and everyone else to use it over Merlin. But this is the final Water Marsh synergy Immortals for the Water Immortals synergy for the water element. I encourage you using Ramses, and if you don't have Ramses and use Attila, this is fine, totally fine. But Ramses would be much better if you has the technology at the academy for the spearmen maxed out. Of course, use spearmen. And that's all for you guys to have the water element immortal synergy. Thank you all for watching and see you soon.